So I gotta get this done quickly. I'm just looking down at my notes. If you see me constantly look down. So I wanted to talk about this because it came to me in the shower, of course. All of my videos always start with like an idea I had in the shower. It's stupid. But I was thinking, this is an extremely common misconception about narcissism that I really wanted to address. So my theory is that narcissism is not a personality disorder. I do not think narcissists have certain personality traits. They do have certain ways of thinking and traits and their behavior. They're apathetic, they're stupid, they're mean, they're abusive, etc., etc. But I don't think these are personality traits, and I'm going to tell you why. When I thought about it, I wrote down, what is the opposite of a narcissist or a psychopath or a sociopath? It's an empath. I would not describe being an empath or empathetic towards people as a personality trait. I would describe that as an aspect of human nature. So, on the contrary, I think being apathetic or selfish, in the sense that you're always in self-preservation mode, is not in human nature. It's in our animalistic nature. This is not the first time that this has been theorized. Many psychologists over the years have always said that narcissists operate out of their amygdala or their monkey brain, their reptilian brain. I literally just compare these people to animals. They're not even human. They literally act like a bear. They have no capacity for actually acting like a human being and being compassionate. Right? So I read in this article that said narcissists have a flat effect. The article said that it's noticeable when you look into their eyes. And I think this is exactly where you see it, especially upon first meeting. You can see that they just have this very flat look in their eyes. And Dr. Romney, I think if I'm pronouncing that correctly, has talked about this, narcissists in their eyes. There's literally nothing behind their eyes. I can promise you that. Obviously, these people have been traumatized. And they come from many generations of people who have been traumatized by, guess who? Narcissists themselves. So they come from a long line of narcissists, obviously, and apathetic people. But there's only one choice that a child has to make when they become abused or neglected. And yes, it is a choice, unfortunately. Are they going to accept their abuser's traits, or are they going to reject their abuser's traits? If they accept it, they will turn into a narcissist themselves. If they reject it, they will attract narcissists in every single relationship they will ever have. If they don't go through therapy, that is. Meaning they will attract narcissists in friendships. They will attract narcissists in the workplace, coworkers, bosses. They will attract teachers who are narcissists, professors. Literally everyone will be somebody who is a narcissist. If you ask my personal opinion, I would say that I have much more hope for the people that have been abused than the people who do the abusing. I think that people who have been abused are open. I think that they're open to therapy. I think that a lot of them do want help and are willing to get it so they can actually have a sense of self themselves. A lot of people who grew up with narcissistic parents tend to be overly empathetic, empaths. They have empathy for people that are horrible. And that's not okay. That's a sign that you don't have a sense of self. I'll get into that in another video. So I do not think narcissism is a personality disorder. I don't know why I did that. I think, that implies that it's permanent, it's not in one's control. That could not be farther from the truth. It is in their control. Every narcissist has made the conscious choice to hurt somebody. Okay? They hurt virtually everyone around them, right? They're disruptors. They're disruptors, they're distractions, they're always stirring the pot, they're horrible. Simply, and they choose to be horrible. Their philosophy is that if they do so, they will survive. They'll preserve themselves, right? And why do they feel the need to preserve themselves so badly? Well, I'll tell you. Part of it is that they feel that they are always in danger. They're always running. If you've ever seen a narcissist, they're very type A. They're always in a rush for something, always in a hurry. And what are they in a hurry for? To hurt people? To go home and berate their wife or husband or kids? That's what they're in a hurry for? What they don't realize is that the only person they're hurting is themselves. Okay, so remember this, every single time they hurt somebody else, they're getting farther and farther away from reality. They're stepping farther and farther into their false self. They have their own reality. That's where the term gaslighting comes from, is that you're living in reality, right? And they're far off in left field, but because everyone's an extension of them, if I am experiencing anger, why aren't you angry? Or if I cheated, that must mean you're cheating, right? So that, I hope that made sense, but that's how they perceive reality. So no, narcissism or psychopathy or sociopathy is not a personality disorder. It's simply an ongoing choice, a habit, if you will, to do the harming instead of being harmed. So I hope this shed some light about narcissism. I hope it caused you to think about things differently. No, it's not something that's not in their control. They are in control of it, and they know exactly what they're doing. Point blank.